What if I told you that Ripple was secretly building a path to be integrated within the US economy? That's right. I do believe that with the launch of ROUSD, Ripple is about to be at the forefront of the digital currency revolution within the US. And in this video, I am going to be addressing that, but I'm also going to be addressing why XRP and crypto in general is about to explode in value. Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. And if you guys are not in the free Discord, what are you guys waiting for? Join the free Discord. It's the first link down in the description below. You guys won't regret it. So let's first start off with the Bitcoin ETFs. That's right. BlackRock's gold ETF took 20 years to reach $33.2 billion in assets under management. It took their Bitcoin ETF less than a year to hit well over the 33.2. I mean, it's at $57.8 billion, which is crazy. It's the fastest growing ETF in history. And what is this doing? Well, if we're thinking about Bitcoin, if we're thinking about how this market really moves, majority of the moves that are made in the space are made by hype, speculation. When you hear that Bitcoin is outperforming gold in terms of ETFs, and it's basically everywhere, it's on mainstream media, they're talking about it, you see price predictions all the time about Bitcoin, all of a sudden, retail is flooding in. And recently, retail started to flood in. If somebody is telling you that retail is not here, at this point, they are lying to you. Go and look at Google Trends. Retail is back. But are they back as big as, if we go back to like the 2021, bull run? No, not yet. We're waiting for the next big wave. And I do believe that we are about to witness that. If we actually look at the Bitcoin ETFs, we could see that there has been 15 consecutive days of inflows for US Bitcoin ETFs in the millions of dollars. This goes all the way back to November 27th with 103 million, followed by 320, 353, 675, 556, 766, 376, 479, and the list just goes on in the millions. This is very important to focus on because it's showing us that retail interest is still here in a large way. Now, on top of this, we continue to see US states introducing their own strategic Bitcoin reserve legislations. Now, the reason why I focus on this isn't because of Bitcoin, but mainly because of what this is going to do for crypto. We are starting to see all eyes on crypto, and we're starting to see regulatory movements happening around the state level, but also even on the, federal level as well. But I am focused on these types of moves because it is showing us that there is a high demand for Bitcoin, but also even crypto. Because again, it's not just mainly Bitcoin. We're going to also see crypto being focused on heavily. Even over here, we have Ohio representative files bill to create strategic Bitcoin reserve for the state. We are continuing to see a lot of states added up. This was on December 12th when we saw Texas and Pennsylvania added to the list. Roughly 6 days later, or 7 days later, actually, Ohio gets added to the list. So, I do think that's only going to continue from here on out. This is going to snowball effect into basically almost every single state adding this, in my opinion. So, we are witnessing the digital currency revolution happening in the US. But on top of this, we go over here, and I want to focus on this because, again, we are starting to see a lot of the ETF discussions happening even around the altcoins, right? Bloomberg analysts identified Litecoin, HBAR, XRP, and Solana as top candidates for upcoming ETFs. Eric Bakunis expects a wave of new funds next year, starting with Bitcoin plus Ethereum, followed by Litecoin and HBAR, and finally, more controversial crypto. So I am definitely excited to see what happens, but it seems as though 2025 is going to be the golden age for crypto with a pro crypto admin, crypto adoption and acceptance happening in the US. And then, of course, we do start to see the legitimization of the space happening as well with regulatory moves. I mean, MiCA goes live at the end of the month. I do think that that's going to be a big accelerant. And I also do think that in the US, as we do continue forward with RLUSD and the growing acceptance of RLUSD, because again, this is a US based company, pushing their stablecoin that is extremely compliant, extremely transparent. I do think that RLUSD is about to be adopted heavily. And talking more so about that stablecoin, I do have to bring up the fact that the NYSE announced that RLUSD stablecoin was launching. Check this out.
News too. In fact, today, Ripple's new stablecoin will officially start trading. The token is supported by U.S. dollar deposits, short-term U.S. government treasuries, and other cash equivalents. Ripple received the final go-ahead to debut the token by the New York Department of Financial Services last week. Well, joining me now with more is Aurelie Barthier, Principal Research Analyst at Nansen. Aurelie, thank you so much for joining. Big news, of course, that we've been following in the crypto world, and most recently with Ripple announcing that it will be trading its newest stablecoin, Ripple USD. Why now?
It's a great timing for many companies, not only purely crypto, because we are bound to have some clarity on stablecoin regulation. And the motto of this administration will be sort of traditional financial companies and crypto companies getting together in a clear regulatory framework.
So with Ripple getting into the stablecoin market, competing with the likes of Tether and USDC, do you think it was a smart move?
It's true, it's a very competitive space. And the advantages of Ripple is it already has a series of partners, banks, remittance companies, mostly out of the US, not so much in the US. It has established technology, which is cheap and fast. So there are some competitive advantage, but it's true it will be very competitive field.
We've seen Bitcoin surge, topping $107,000 a token just yesterday. What does this mean for the industry and the momentum behind it?
Yes, it was quite.
So as we really look at what's going on here, Wall Street is putting a spotlight on these blockchain-based companies. They have their eyes set on what these blockchain-based companies, especially in the US, like Ripple, are doing. And remember that this is all around the XRP ledger and XRP. They're not going to be mentioning the XRP-L or XRP heavily, but they are talking about Ripple. And we know that this stablecoin is issued out on the XRP ledger and also even on Ethereum. But on top of this, remember that even Fox Business was talking about this. Obviously, there was a little bit of some controversial takes here, but RLUSD being talked about almost on every single mainstream media platform. Check it out.
Ripple, a new stablecoin backed by the US dollar, now available to trade. Would you use Ripple to pay for things?
It's not going to do much for retail, and it likely won't be integrated into the payment economy for some time, if ever. At first, it might be best for facilitating cross-border payments. Think institutional support, since it is a stablecoin. It has a one-to-one backing with the US dollar that allows it to essentially bridge the gap between digital asset and traditional finance. It could be seen as attractive to banks and businesses involved in cross-border payments and remittances. It allows for a faster settlement time. I was talking to Eleanor Terrett. She knows everything crypto here at Fox Business. She says if you look at Ripple's advisory board, you have bigwigs on there like the former FDIC chair, Sheila Bair, so they're looking to add legitimacy to it.
Mike, I just don't see cryptos as a medium of exchange. We're not going to buy and sell things with crypto.
We've talked about it for years that Bitcoin would be used that way. It hasn't as of yet. It's still managed to go up, but I don't see a world at any time soon where we're using that to buy and sell things.
It's so funny hearing these types of conversations, but listen, hey, any publicity is good publicity. When we really think about the payment sector, RLUSD is already being adopted within the payment sector. We know this. We understand that enterprises are here ready to take on stablecoins, especially around business. If you read the documents around the IMF, the BIS, all of the major payment giants that literally pull the strings around the financial markets, they are talking about stablecoins being integrated within the global financial system. And what better name than Ripple to actually be integrated within the global financial system? When we're thinking about all of the connections that Ripple does have, we talk about all the partnerships that they have. you can't trust mainstream media. I always say this. You go and look at the 60 Minutes interview. I think that that's enough proof that you really need to have to really kind of say, all right, mainstream media is a joke. So again, hey, any publicity is publicity. But at the end of the day, I'm not too concerned about what they're saying and what they're telling us. Now, the big thing to focus on is this. We have Senator Cynthia Lummis. 2025 will be the year for Bitcoin and digital assets. With David Sachs as crypto czar, this will be the most pro-digital asset administration ever. I look forward to working closely with David Sachs to pass comprehensive digital asset legislation and my strategic Bitcoin reserve. Now, again, the focus, Bitcoin reserve. I don't care about this, to be honest. I'm not really focused too heavily on this. Obviously, yes, it will pump the market, it will pump Bitcoin. What I'm actually focused on is Cynthia Lummis working with David Sachs. Why? Because David Sachs is aware of Ripple. He's a big supporter of Ripple and even XRP. And even over here, we have Ripple's SVP stablecoins, Jack McDonald, meeting with Cynthia Lummis. ROUSD will launch very soon, bringing in massive amounts of liquidity to the ecosystem. I keep bringing this up because we also have to remember that Ripple met with Donald Trump. He met with Donald Trump. Trump is aware of why it is so important to have this space at the forefront of the U.S. economy. He knows how important some of this technology actually is when it comes to these connections that Ripple does have with, for an example, David Sachs, Cynthia Lummis. Ripple is also meeting with the presidential admin. I do believe that Ripple is going to take this market by storm, especially in the US. And along with Ripple comes the XRP ledger and also even XRP, especially with ROUSD, because remember the quote that Brad Garlinghouse told you. Everything that Ripple does has XRP in mind of how to make it the most successful digital asset in this space. And on top of all of this, remember that Gary Gensler does step down on January 20th. And along with that, we did get a big update regarding nominee Crenshaw. Senate Banking Committee abandons push for SEC nominee Crenshaw. Punchbowl, the biggest anti-crypto holdout at the SEC, is officially out. This is very, very bullish. We now have one of the most pro-crypto regulatory environments ever stepping into 2025. This is going to be very exciting for a lot of these US-based companies, including Ripple. It's only going to support the push for much higher price action within this market as well, because I do think that we are going to see a big embracement of this space. I definitely do think that we are in for a big show in Q1 of 2025. I'm very excited about this. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, though. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you guys did enjoy this video, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and also joining the free Discord. Guys, I'm telling you guys, do not forget about that free Discord. There's a ton of free information in there that's very valuable. So definitely join up in the free Discord. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.